Hi there. This is the first time I am doing a YouTube live. It's supposed to be live. I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I'm trying to look at my computer to see if I see it coming up anywhere, and I don't know where it goes. But if you can see it, I hope that you can. My name is Rita Barakat, and I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. Again, I'm Rita Barakat. I'm a mixed media artist, and I have a ton of texture pastes that I want to kind of compare. And these are not your regular texture paste. This is not like a modeling paste or spackling paste. These are ones that are specialty items. So they have something a little bit different about them. So I thought that would be kind of fun. Now, I don't know, we'll see what happens, and I don't really see where it is live on YouTube, and I was told it would be live, and yeah, I don't know. So I guess we'll just record it and see what happens, and then hopefully when I'm done, I don't know, maybe it gives me an option to publish, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pan down and we're just gonna go through the different ones that we have. I have been doing all week long, and I'm trying not to say and I keep saying it anyways. All week long, I have been doing different mixed media products every day on a different live channel to try to see, which one works for me and which one doesn't. And so hopefully within this, we will be able to see what works, what doesn't, and which one is most preferable. So anyways, we can get started. And I said again like 500 times. Yeah. So I do have a website and I do have a YouTube channel, so please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way you won't miss any future YouTube videos that I have. And I do have a few on there all about mixed media or different art forms or anything to do with creativeness, those kind of things. So today, texture paste. Okay, so I'm gonna pan down and we're going to go for it. All right. All right, so in front of you is just a sampling, and I say a sampling because there are so many different products on the market right now. This is just some, and I want to push that over a little bit so you can get that all in there. Okay, and so for me, a texture paste is any kind of paste that has some kind of a textures, but when I say specialty, there's something different. It's not just a plain white paste. So, and I kind of did two different things going on. One with colors and one without colors that maybe you can mix with other items. So, and actually this should be over here with the colors. So let's deal with one at a time. I'm gonna move all the colors over, and we'll deal with the ones that don't have color. So what I've got here, and I try to pick things that were similar but different. And these are in a class all by themselves, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So this one, these two are from Golden, and this one's called Fiber Paste. This one's called Glass Bead Gel. This one is Glass Bead Glitter Gel, so we'll compare those two. This one is, cement, and there are a ton more paste out there, but just so you know, there's just different ones. This one is called Polishing Plaster from Perfect Paints. This one is called Shimmering Stucco, and again, a slew of different mediums. What's nice about your mediums like this, your texture paste that have no color, is that you can add color to them, which is really economical, especially if you can only afford to purchase, a couple of items. This is a good way to go. So if you already have things in your supplies, like maybe you have fluid acrylics, which are really nice. Fluid acrylics better than regular acrylic because this is a lot of pigment and you could use like a tiny bit of just a few drops of the fluid acrylics versus a lot of acrylic to get the same amount of color, and mix it up with one of these. Or you can use powders. So I have 3 different powders here. I've got Primary Elements from Luminart. I've got Magicals from Lindy's Stamp Gang. And then I also have these micas from Ann Butler. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. You can also use gelatos, which I've used in all of these as well, to mix them up to make your own colors. So the first thing that I did is I did these a little bit earlier because I was trying to, I didn't think about it until right before I did the video, but I was trying to think how I could do this. This is the fiber paste dry, and here it is on a pattern paper, so you can see they're both dry, and it really feels like, I don't know, almost like a dryer sheet when it's dry. I don't know if you can see, so I don't know if you can tell there, but it almost feels, it has a texture to it. It almost feels like fabric. It really does. So that's the fiber paste. So you can mix all of these with colors. This one is the glass, oops, that one's the fiber paste. So the one in the middle, and these two haven't fully dried yet. This is the glass bead gel. So when the glass bead gel is dry, it's clear. So you can see that on this one, it's not quite clear yet, but over here on the sides, you can see that it's clear, and you can see whatever patterns underneath. So if you have it on top of another color, you would see the color underneath. And I don't know if you can tell there. So the one in the middle is the glass bead gel from Golden. The one over here, which I think I did them the opposite, so like this. So this is the glass bead glitter gel from Faber-Castell. There's the glass bead glitter gel, but it's not completely dry. So you know when it's completely dry, when it's completely clear, right? So when it's totally clear, because they go on white, and we're actually going to open these up so that you can see. Okay, so this one's the fiber paste. This one's the glass bead gel, and here is the glass bead glitter gel. Okay, and you can see they all have a white. So I'm going to set that aside. I'll put this right over here. Hopefully it will dry pretty soon. Okay, and you can just use a spatula. Okay, so I'm putting down the glass bead glitter gel. It's quite thick. And I will tell you, with the glass bead glitter gel, and I'm going to put it right here so that you can see right next to it. I'm going to put that lid on there. What you want to do, the best way to do with the glass bead glitter gel, for whatever reason, is to let it air dry versus a heat gun. Because sometimes when you use a heat gun, it ends up turning it white. And so I try to do that for both. So this is the glass bead gel. So even though with the other live feeds I can see the comments right away, I can't see any comments, so I don't even know if you guys are asking questions or if you're even on here. Even if you're able to see it, I don't even know. So that is one thing that I do like about the other ones doing it live. Okay, and there's the fiber paste. So you can see, hopefully you can see the difference. I know it's kind of hard because it's white. So there's the glass bead glitter gel from Faber-Castell. From Golden, the glass bead gel, the fiber paste, and they all go on white, but these two go clear once they are dry. And again, you know, depending on what you want. The glass bead glitter gel does have glitter in it, and it's kind of it's got a blue-green kind of look to it. So if you're not particular, that wouldn't really matter. Or maybe you don't want glitter, maybe you just want the glass beads. So it all depends. I mean, it's a lot easier to see in person. I'm trying to do that for you so that you can kind of see it, hopefully. Hopefully you can see it. So it's just a different look. The glass bead from the glass bead glitter. You know, to me, you see more of the glitter versus the glass beads. So this is more, it's just a different look depending on what you want. The fiber paste is very cool. Something that you can do with the fiber paste is you can of course change the color up. We can do with all these, but you can put this on plastic, and once it's completely dry, then you can peel it up and add it to your mixed media pieces. All right, so that's those three. So we'll set those, we'll put those aside. Now we get into, or actually maybe I should mix it. Well, we'll just keep going. Okay, so then from Faber-Castell, there's also a cement paste. And if you can find it, oh, this is kind of, okay, let's see. If you can find it, Viva has a really nice sand paste that I really like. And you know, there's another one from Mud Puddles. I'm looking around because I know it's around here somewhere. I forgot all about that until right now. Of course, you know, when you're live and you're shooting your video and then you think, oh, wait, I could have shown this. But I don't see it right now. It's not handy. So, but anyways, so the cement, it has, can you hear that scraping? So it has like this texture in it, or like little pebbles or something in here. And you can color this up because it's kind of like an off-white. You can see it, I mean, compared to the white, right? So there's the off-white. Let's take a little bit. Let's just do a couple of drops here, or probably not even a drop. All right, let's do that. Okay, I'm just gonna mix it up right there. So this is the fluid acrylic, and I could have easily taken a gelato and smashed it up and used that as well. But as you can see, you can change it up to whatever color you want to do. Okay, so that's just another way that you can use your cement paste. And when it dries, it's quite solid. It does have a little bit of flexibility to it, so that if you're using it on your art journal pages and you are, you know, bending the pages a little bit, it's not going to crack off. All right. All right, so that is your cement paste, clear. Well, not clear, sorry, off-white. All right. And then something that was similar is this shimmering stucco from Perfect Paints. You can see this one's a little bit, has a more grayish tone, but again, another one that you can, mix with color. But this has a little bit of shimmer to it. I don't know if you can tell. It's really pretty. So even by itself, I don't know if you can see that it has the little bit of shimmer there to it. I don't know. So I've got that one. So this one is the shimmering stucco. And then this one is the polished plaster, and it has a lot more shimmer to it. And these come in different colors. I just happened to pick this one. I don't remember what this one's called Oyster Bay. You can see that. And I don't know if you can tell that it has the shimmer. But again, just really pretty shimmer to it. And you can also add color to it. I mean, I can see it here. I don't know if you can tell on the video the shimmer that it has to it. All right, so let's go through and let's label. So this is the shimmering stucco, Perfect Paints. And polishing plaster. Okay, this one was cement from Faber-Castell. These two are glass bead glitter gel. This one was the glass. Okay, let's put Faber-Castell. These two are from Golden. Glass bead and fiber. Okay, and since we added color to that one, let's go ahead and add color to these. So these do the perfect paints. They have she has her own set of paints that are supposed to color all of her, oops, that got shaken up when I brought it home. So she's got her own set of paints, and they all have shimmer to them on top of the paste that already have a little shimmer to it. So let's see, let's put some right here. Let's add some more. Let's add some more of this. And this one is, when it dries, these dry very, very solid as well. And lots of texture. And you know what, while we're doing this, while we're adding this color, let's go ahead and use them with the stencil, because that's something else that you can do with all of your texture paste. So what's nice about texture paste, so just like I did right there, that is exactly how it would dry. If I leave it alone, that's how it's gonna dry. It's gonna dry raised with texture. Okay, so there is the polishing plaster. Look at how pretty that is. All right, let's do some over here with this stucco. I have to say, it's a lot more fun when somebody is talking in the background, like asking questions, because some of the live videos, like from when you do Facebook or Periscope, it allows the audience to ask questions, and I can answer them on the spot, which is kind of fun. Okay, I'm adding the stucco. Oops. And a little bit of paint. And mixing that up real quick. And let's put down, let's do this. I guess I could have mixed it a little better. All right, so there we go. So the polishing plaster is a little more shiny, but you can also burnish that as well to even make it more shiny in some areas than the shimmering stucco. All right, so set those aside. Let's add and what you don't want to do is you don't want to add a very big amount of paint to any of your texture paste, because you'll start breaking down this paste. That's why you want to use something that has a very concentrated pigment, right? Like powders or fluids, acrylic fluid mediums, those type of things, or gelatos. All right, let's add to this fiber paste while we're at it. Some color. Let's do the same one. Let's see what happens. So we're going to use this fluid medium. Just one drop. And even that one drop is probably too much. But look at that color. Okay, so there it is with that. So you get the idea. They can all be mixed with the different mediums. All right, so let's move on. I'm wiping with a paper towel my trowel here in between every single one. So these are the ones that can be colored. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. And now here is, I want to talk about these. These are kind of in a class up by themselves. This is the iridescent. They're from, let's see, Imagine Crafts. So these are called creative mediums, and they're all iridescent. So see that? I know you can see it because I can see it while I'm looking at the camera. So when this one is, let's see if this is dry all the way. So this is dry, and so when it's thicker, you're still going to see some of that white because it does look white in here, which is why I put some on the lids. All the lids are black because in here it looks white when it's wet. So if you do a really thin layer, this is the blue. If you do a really thin layer, you're going to see that it looks more matte, and then as it dries, it'll get more shiny. So that's the blue. Let's pull this one. And these come in all different colors. So this is just another whole family by itself. But I included them because, this is the pink, because they are thick and they will dry thick. Just like here, right? It has that raised surface, right? Here. You can use these as well with a stencil. So I figured if it will hold up to a stencil, right, and hold its shape, then it's a texture paste. Just different kinds. And lifting that up, and it holds its shape. And it will dry that way. It will stay raised. It will just get shinier as it dries and more translucent as it dries. So that's a whole family by itself. And these work best on dark surfaces. So even if you painted something, you could go with a thin layer on top and get that opalescent look. Okay, so set that one aside. Just grabbing another paper here. All right, so now we get into really fun things with color. There are so many different ones, like this one. These are so fun if you've never used these. These are from Deco Art, and they're called the Fieros, the Texture Fiero. And they have all different kinds. They have glass, paint, but see this? And this also sounds very grainy. It's very thick. Okay, see that? It's like not falling off. It's very thick and grainy, and it dries that way. And look at that shimmer. Can you see that? It has like metal in it or something, or iron, I guess it has in there. Here's the gold. And these come in different colors. And it's super thick. Now this one I will say that if you use this with a stencil, and you totally can, you definitely want to wash that stencil right away. And I'm not very good at cleaning my stencils, so it's something that I have to, pay attention to. It looks like this one's kind of drying out, so there you go. I've had these for a long time. Okay, let's see if you can see that. Look at that gorgeous color. And so these come in these fun metallic. They look almost like metallic looking. But you can see, let's put this through a little bit of a stencil. Just because I don't want to clean it right now. We'll just do a little bit. Just so you can see. And it has nice texture. Okay, so let's set that one aside. Whoops, I put the wrong lids on. So these are ones that all of these have the next whole set. They all have different type of finishes. I tend to like things that are either have a grainy texture like these, that also, this one also happens to have a shimmer, but I just love texture. I love anything that has texture. So these are, so I'm going to show you the ones that are more grainy first, and then we'll go into the smoother ones. So these, okay, these are fairly new. These are called Rust Effect Paste from Prima. And this is the coolest thing because it really does, if you mix them all, if you mix all three, when they dry, it gives you that rusted look. So that's the brown, where it says brown rust. This one's the red rust. Love these colors. Okay. And you can hear that. You hear that in there? And again, these are ones that you do not want to let dry on your tools or on your stencils. This is the gold. So when you're doing chipboard, you know how you have those little small chipboard pieces? They look really cool with these on there because they don't dry like this, they dry matte. And I'm actually gonna get these on here so that you can see how they dry. This one is Asphalt from Faber-Castell. It looks grayish while it's wet, right? You can see it. And when it's dry, it dries darker. And again, you can hear that scraping. And I'm actually going to, I'm gonna wipe this off because I know once it dries on there, I'm gonna be in trouble. And it's already drying. So I wanna get that off. All right. Okay, so let's do, I'm gonna set that up here. I want to get this off of here. Okay, so these are our textures, and we'll do the smooth next. The textures are really easy to dry, and it doesn't hurt anything by using a heat gun, which is really nice. And I don't have a lot of patience. I don't know about you, but I do not have a lot of patience, so I love anything that you can use a heat gun to. I'm heating up behind it as well, just to kind of speed it along. And you can already see, like, these are getting quite matte, whereas they were really, really shiny when they were dry, when they were wet, and now they're matte when they're dry. These three rust effects. You can see this went from a gray, and now it's turning like a dark, maybe like a dark charcoal, almost black, like asphalt. Okay, and then these over here they don't change color at all. They dry exactly how they look when they come out of the jar. Okay, let's see if they're dry. I know these are because I can see it. It's matte. Yeah, these are dry too. It doesn't take much. This one's still a little bit damp. Takes a little bit longer to dry. Okay, I wish that you guys could feel these. It really does look and feel like rust. It is very cool. Okay, let's see what we can do now. All right, so those are your texture with color. Yeah? Yeah. All right, so now I have just a color with the smooth, like a smooth finish. But again, texture. So I've got the Texture Luxe from Faber-Castell. right? Nice and creamy. And let's compare something, let's compare similar. This is the copper from Momenta, and I don't know if you've seen these. It looks like I've used a whole lot of those. I don't know if you've seen these, but these are really fun too, and these actually come in the metallics, but they also come in a semi-gloss, and it's a stencil paint. It's a stencil paint, but they're so thick that you can use them not just for, you know, paint, but they're so thick you can use them with your stencils even without a brush. I also grabbed this Viva Modular Cream. I don't know if that's how you say it. I was just, you know, pretending. Okay, in a similar color. Can you tell I like metallics? Yeah, I do. And so there was a while that this was the only one that I could find like this, and then they went out, but I heard that now they're back, so I'm not really sure. But if you can find those are really cool. This Viva comes, they had a really great sand paste that I loved, and then I couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, this one, these are called Iridescence from Earth Safe Finishes in Ann Butler. And look at how pretty that is. So we'll put that there. And these come in a ton of different colors as well. We've got our Radiant Gels. And this one, the Radiant Gels are just like the name implies, like a gel, it's more of a transparent, whereas these are more covering. And let's see. Okay, the Texture Luxe comes in different colors. So those are the ones that we have. So let's compare the three that I have the same color first. Well, it was similar colors. Okay, so the Viva, again, very thick. You can see that not coming off. Look at that. And let's put it through a stencil here. And nice clean lines. That's the first one. And the Texture Luxe. Let's wipe this off. Okay, nice and thick. Using a different stencil. A little bit, not as thick as this one, but still totally doable. And so that's that one. I'm wiping it off. And literally this is what I do with my tools. I wipe them off as I go. That way I don't accidentally put it down and forget about it. Okay, and this one's from Momenta. Let's use another one. Okay, and nice and thick as well. So all three, totally doable, depending on what you can find in your area and depending on what shade you like. You know, if one makes more of a preference to you. Okay, so that's those three. And then, let's see what we got here. So the Momenta, those come in this semi-gloss. Nice and thick. Whoops, let's do this end. I'll just put that down there. Nice and thick. A little bit of seepage, but not bad. This one you can also use as a paint. What's really cool about this one is that when it dries, I mean, what you see right now is exactly what you're going to get when it dries. It dries and it looks like very slick, which is cool. Okay, putting a lid on that one. So there's that one. Wiping off my tool. one is, this is the iridescent paint, which is thick but not as thick. So if I leave it like that, it will give me those peaks, but it's a little bit softer. You know, as far as, you know, can you stencil with it? Yes. Are you going to see big, thick designs? No, you're going to get some seepage, but still more texture than a regular paint. Okay, and these are the Earth Safe finishes. That's that one. And the last one that we have is the Radiant Gel. Okay, again, if you leave it like that, it's nice and thick, and it will keep those peaks. And let's move this around to this one, and going across. Oops, and I did move it, and it still kept its shape. Nice, nice peaks. So there you have it. There are just some fun products to use. You know, I just encourage you, you know, use whatever you have, use what you can find. And if you're looking for a certain look, then maybe one of these would appeal to you for whatever reason, if you need it for a special project. I think it's always just nice to see somebody else use something before you go out and purchase it, and see how it looks before you purchase, or how to use it, because, you know, we don't want to waste money, and we want to be good stewards of our money. So there you have it. I'm Rita Barakat. These are texture paste, or specialty texture paste, and I would love if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and, you know, shoot me a message. You know, you can leave a comment on my page right under the video. You can leave a comment, and I will go back and look at it later and answer any questions that you might have, since I haven't been able to figure out if somebody could leave me a comment live. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out after this video is over and I'm able to look at it. You can find me at ritabarakat.com, as well as my YouTube channel. I am on all social medias: Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, and Instagram. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.